All right. Hello, everyone. We are live. It's 3 p.m., not 3 p.m., not 12 noon. But we made it here today. It's our usual midweek talk show. And today we
Yes,
are
please.
hosting a guest. Her name is Architect. My dad calls her Architect. So we've gotten fond of calling her Architect Lucy Agunobi. She's going to be having this conversation with us about a girl, her desire to modify, to adjust, to beautify herself. Now, don't get me wrong, I am in for beauty. I just don't look like I like those kind of things. But trust me, I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up being a model at some time in my life. Why are all the mothers of the girls in the girls club? Go and tell your daughters that very soon their precious, very cherished mentor, and Tetima is gonna soon be a model, a beauty model. You should not judge me by my height. You should not judge me by my complexion. They should not judge me by the shape of my. They should not just judge me. They should just get ready and know that soon they are going to see me on the covers of some magazines modeling. I'm serious. Like seriously, please don't even think I'm kidding with you guys. I'm very serious. Nobody should be surprised when they see me modeling. Yeah. But I'm not going to bleach. I'm still going to be my complexion. They don't want it like it, they should just forget about it. I'm still going to maintain my color. I'm still going to maintain the way I look. I'll just beautify it a bit more. I'll just enhance it. But no, I'm not lifting my nose. I'm not lifting my ears, my cheekbone. Yet nothing is going to be lifted. But I'm going to model. I want to prove a point that it's possible for you to model just the way you Okay, so welcome to this very interesting conversation. I see Mrs. Iyang is here. Mrs. Iyang is the mother, a super mom of one of my girls at the girls' home in the pre-tweens gang. Yes, the pre-tweens gang are those that are ages 6 to 9. And of course, she's coming back again next year because my girl has had a super amazing time this year. Architect, are you ready for us? We are ready for you, ready to start this conversation. Yes,
Yes, I'm
welcome
ready
you.
for. I'm ready
Thank
for
you
you now.
so much. Thank you. So, parents of the girls, I hope you can go ahead and help me welcome Architect to our midst. We're going to enjoy this conversation, trust me. I see Auntie Joy. Auntie Joy Omoike has come out. She has come out from her hiding place for this conversation. She has one girl, and I know that she resonates with this conversation. Yes, please, parents, can you help me celebrate Architect as we start this conversation? Oh, I see Coach Marybeth is also here. She also has one daughter. Awesome. I have two. Architect has two. So I mean, this is a combination of girl moms. Yes, we are here. Dr. Happiness is here. I know Dr. Happiness has a daughter. I'm not sure how many. I know this is Auntie Cynthia is here already. I know she has one daughter. See all the girl moms. And Architect, do you know that some of my mentees saw the post and said, Auntie Tima, can we come for this conversation by ourselves? So the girls are here, my senior girls, the ones in higher institution are also here. I had to tell them that next year at the girls' home, I'm going to bring you to have this conversation directly with them. But for now, let's allow them. So, Architect, can you tell me why I should not, do a facelift? Because I'm sure if you look at my face, you can analyze me. I'm sure you can tell me why I should have higher cheekbone. Okay, no, let me not tell you. Look at my face and tell me what it is I can do to enhance it because I want to be a model. At 50, I want to launch my modeling career. Don't be shocked. I just discovered that gift. What can I do? When you look at somebody, can you tell from the person's face or body what it is that the person is likely to want to lift? Your audio is off.
Thank you so much, Auntie Tima, for inviting me into this conversation. This is actually a topic that is very interesting to me, not just as a woman, but also as a mother of two girls. And it's interesting we're having this conversation at this time because my first daughter just turned 12. And actually, from when she started experiencing puberty at 10, she started showing those signs of, body consciousness, wanting to beautify herself, needing and seeking affirmations. So this conversation is actually a very important one for us mothers and fathers, to have. So looking at you, I cannot really tell what you may want to do. If I was an aesthetic doctor, I would probably have some ideas. There are things, that women, there are things generally in medicine, right? That I'm not a doctor, but from my readings and research and things I've come in touch with, I've realized that people wanting to enhance their features, especially when it comes to the face, are actually looking at symmetry. So most times, because nature is asymmetrical, people want their face to be in perfect
Align.
symmetry, aligned,
Mm.
exactly in perfect. So the left side is exactly the same as the right side, and
I,
there's so many others, But the thing is this, right? It actually plays into your own personal insecurities.
mm-hmm.
So the doctor might actually look at you and say, "Oh, Auntie Tima, I think maybe you need some Botox on your forehead because you have those 11s on your forehead." But for you, it might be your lips that makes you feel conscious. And
Mm.
most of the time, I will not say all of the time, most of the time, there's no real, I won't say foundation, but there's no real reason. Because I may look at you and love your lips. But to you, you may just be like, these lips are too big, I
Oh,
don't like I
small.
just, yes, or too small, or these lips are just a part of my body that make me feel insecure. So it's really a personal thing. Some people don't like their eyes, some people don't like their chins, some people don't like their hair. So
Oh.
everybody just has one thing or the other about their body that they don't like.
Yeah, so I think we've established one fact, and you when you mentioned about the lips, I just remembered something that happened recently. So I think that was last week. My daughter had a
Are we?
pimple. Yes, my daughter had a pimple on her lip that made it look bigger than normal. I couldn't place it. She didn't mention, but I was just looking at her and she was looking different, and I felt like she was looking good. So I was surprised when she now started saying, "Oh, my lip, this pimple, that pimple, my lip swole." I was like, "Oh, really? Is that what is different in your face?" To me, it actually looked good. That means if she was created with a big lip, she would have been very beautiful. And I would have liked it, but she would have been complaining. So, I really agree that it's about perception. So how you look at yourself and how you feel like. So, architect, is it could it be that somebody is calling our attention to this bigger this or smaller this? Because I don't know if there is a book of standard for how someone should look. For example, she's an architect is an architect and she works with buildings, furniture. Oh, she makes the best furniture. She's the one that did the furniture in my office and all that. So an architect can look at it and say, "Oh, Atetima, this bookshelf," like she was the one that said I should have a standing shelf, not a hanging one. So I think that in architecture, there is a standard for how tables and chairs and furniture generally should look, shelves and the rest. That one is material. I mean, it is a non-living thing. There should be standards. A table should have four legs, and it should be straight. It should be symmetric. You heard the term she was using. I was like, if not an architect, who is going to use these words? But for human beings, who says that our she just finished analyzing my face, that my face should have 11, what was that you said, ma? Who says that our cheekbone must look a particular way? Where are we
Okay, now I just
seeing
say let me call you and
where are we
talk
getting this
across.
from?
Well
Architect.
done. Thank God.
So a lot of times, most of these trends, I'll call them trends because in the 80s, it was
Mm-hmm.
super skinny women who were regarded as beautiful.
Okay.
Right now, the Kardashians brought up these new trends of, they call it skinny curvy or
Mm.
skinny thick. Yes, thick skinny. So that shape is coveted now. That's why you see people want to do the BBLs, that's the Brazilian butt lifts. So they want to look skinny on top and they want to have a well-rounded back. They want to have a figure eight. So it's really, I would say, the media,
Mm-hmm.
uh, celebrities, um, fashion, Hollywood that actually set a lot of these trends. There was a time when thin lips were actually considered beautiful. And so women, even those who are thick lips, wanted their lips to be thinner. Right now, thick lips are actually what is considered beautiful. So
Hmm.
you
God.
have more people.
There is trouble.
Yes, it's actually ridiculous that beauty is actually a trend. That
Mm-hmm.
beauty is actually a trend. So all these people who are going about getting their BBLs and all what, the first thing is sometimes I wonder what they will look like when they are old. Those
Okay.
shapes and things, they look nice right now when you're young, trying
Mm.
to be what form whatever it is. But imagine an 80-year-old woman or a 70 something year
Looking
old
that
woman
shaky. Where are
looking,
you going to?
yeah.
Where are you
So
going
just
to exactly?
just doesn't you don't you are not they are not going to age naturally, but let's not get into that yet. So to answer your question, it's really the media, celebrity, and just the whole the world. It's the world that sets these trends, you
Mm.
know. And the trends are changing. So while you're trying to fit into the, oh, I need to be thick, skinny thick, and my lips need to be full, my eyes need to be
Mm.
cat eyes. In the next, who knows, 10 years, the trend is going to shift again to being that, okay, maybe then it's going to be that fat women are what is considered beautiful. And then what
Mm.
happens? Yeah, because it's always changing. It's always changing, you know. So,
I agree with you because I remember when the Kardashians, started to trend, and they showed us through their reality TV show. They carried us along when they needed to make adjustments to their looks, and everybody, just followed the story. Everybody just followed the lifestyle. Now, my concern is for our girls, for our daughters. They are online and they are seeing these things. How do we say to them that this thing is just a trend? This thing is just catching cruise, like they say in Nigeria Palace. These people are just catching cruise. They are just flexing with their fantasies. Girls fantasize a lot, right? Parents, girls just sit and they just dream and they just daydream and they just oh my goodness, when they read novels, the way authors write, especially these foreign authors, they would describe a human being up to her fingertips. And this paints a picture in the minds of our daughters, and they just believe that there's this mannequin somewhere that is the ideal person, and then somewhere in their minds they are desiring it. So how can we convince them, architect, that this is not the real life? These are people that are trying to live out their fantasies. Because for me, that's what it is. I can just sit here and I just start dreaming that, oh, I want my ears to bubble, I just want my eyes to look like that of a mermaid. How can I let these girls know that this is just my fantasy? Oh? It's not the real life. Oh, don't do practical with your body. Oh. I think we're going to come to the process, the um surgical and the non-surgical processes that ladies have to go through. But for now, architect, are you there? Can you hear me? We're asking about what we can do to prove or to convince our daughters that this trend, the media, is just living out somebody's fantasies and dreams.
Okay. So I think that one of the ways that we can do that is to just conversations with our girls, make them understand that true beauty, really, even as the Bible says, is not from the outward kindness and suffering. These are the things that actually make a person beautiful, and these physical enhancements don't have any eternal value. It's something that we need to build into our value system. If you have, it's something we're going to have along further on in the conversation. It's something that I don't want to go into this now, but let me just hint on it. So it's something that is a value system that we need to create around materialism. Because when it all ties in, to seeking after material things, seeking after earthly things, seeking after beautification, and it's in every area, not just in physical appearance. There's a new bag, you want to get that new bag. So the question is, what are we modeling to these children? Are they seeing us pursuing, seeking after these things as if our lives depend on it? So it's not so it's important that we have this conversation, but more importantly, we need to model the lifestyle that we want to see them imbibe. We need to model that. We need to model kindness. We need to model where our priorities lie. Just as the Bible says, where your treasure is where your heart will be.
Yeah.
If you're a woman, you have a stash of 15 wigs. You bought all of them 500,000.
That's it.
Then
there we go.
You want to tell the girl she should not do. No, she's going to take it to the next level.
She's
going to take it to the next level when it's her time. And you cannot tell her anything. You wanted to spend your money on buying hairs. She wanted to spend her money on getting lip fillers and doing BBLs. It's the same thing.
I agree.
So
I agree.
It's just about creating that value system of, helping them to understand. It's really deep about why are we blessed? Why do we have money? Because most of these procedures are not cheap.
Yeah.
Where is our focus supposed to be with the blessings that the Lord has given to us? Where is our focus supposed to be? So when you start letting them have this knowledge from when they are small, from when they are young, they will feel uncomfortable taking 3 million, 10 million to go and give to one doctor because they want to get the BBL. It will not even be on their priorities list. When you're involving them in fellowships, they are hearing about missions, they are hearing about the poor, they are hearing what the Lord is telling us to do regarding our neighbors and the widows and orphans in it. if that is your priority, they are seeing you model that. They are seeing you, sewing and doing missions and doing all those things. It will not be their priority. So that's why I said I didn't want to go deep in from this question, but I had no choice because
No, but it's fine. But this is it. We need to always go back to the foundation. If we come here and talk about, oh, don't let your daughters do BBL. Don't spend money, doing operations and surgeries that have to do with these things. We have not hit it. We need to. I believe that we need to always go back to the foundation. The Bible has said it. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do?
In the first place, most of them won't get
If the
into it. Most of them
foundation
won't
is
get to
destroyed,
it.
what
Ah,
can the
yes, yes,
righteous
yes, yes.
do? That means
Yeah.
at all times we must always go to the
See, the race cancer is
foundation.
dealing
And
fact,
Lucy,
I
I
didn't
go
even
said
think
to
Lucy
about
has
that one.
even
mentioned
young
to us
ones.
that sorry, after Lucy is in a busy place, I just had to drag her out. So forgive the background noise. So I agree with her that we should look at um the foundation, which is our value system. Your value system is not the list of values you have as a family that is um framed. If you frame it and you don't live it, your daughter will not believe it. She'll just look at it as a family decor. You should just look at it. If you say it constantly, every day, you have not framed yours, but every day you say in our family, don't forget, we believe in this, we believe in that, and you are not living it. Girls are smart, right? Girls know how to put two and two together. So you can say all you want. If they cannot see it, if they cannot see you live it, they will never believe it. Architect, I would like to ask you to, mention to us the most likely um trends when it comes to enhancement and adjustment. I actually started calling it adjustment because that's what it is. You're trying to adjust your cheekbone. It's an adjustment. This modification is a very mild way of saying it. You're actually adjusting it. So can you tell us, list, I know you're while speaking, you had mentioned a few of them, but so that the mothers are aware, like in the inner circle, we say awa. They are not when their daughter is talking about BBL, they're not like name BBL. It's not the name of somebody, it's not the name of a place, it's not a noun, it's the name of a surgical procedure that you need to know about because you're parenting girls. So that when your daughter comes to say to you, Mommy, I need money to buy a lip filler, you will not be like, excuse me, what's that? I need you to know the names, the nicknames, the short forms, whatever it is, at least have an idea about it so that you're not looking confused. Because when she knows that you don't know, then she will let that conversation pass. She'll be like, my mom is not aware. Please let me speak with somebody that knows what's up. So that's what this conversation is about. It's about you knowing exactly what is happening in the beauty world, in the cosmetic, in the in
Okay,
the in
to
the
start with,
in that industry. Okay, all right, go ahead.
can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So to start with, there one of the things that became very popular in recent times is injectables. So now, before I even go into this, I have to say that you know I'm very into beauty, and that's the reason why, right? So I'm not saying that everything that is done to beautify oneself is wrong, right? The thing is, with everything that is available onto us, then there needs to be some kind of caution, there needs to be some kind of balance. I personally take my beauty routines
Balance.
very seriously. I have my sunscreens, I have my
are my beauty things I do. I go and get my facials and all of that, right? So that aside, there are injectables that just came into the scene became more popular maybe like 5 years ago. And what are these injectables? They are used to enhance features in the face and body. So you can, let's say for instance now, there are injectables to make your nose look more pointed, right? You have injectables to make your chin more elongated. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people would have noticed, even Nigerian celebrities here, you see some people with their chin looking pointed, like almost like a tip. Yeah, so those are the chin fillers, and then you have the cheek fillers. Cheek fillers to make your cheekbones more elevated. You have lip fillers to make your to make your lips very
Everything.
lush and bigger. You have Botox. Botox is supposed to take out wrinkles from your face, right? And Botox also has a few other uses. Botox basically or mainly is used for evening out wrinkles from the face. So that's for injectables.
Okay.
So that's for injectables. Then we have other procedures that have to do with radio frequency. Like I said, everybody knows I'm not a doctor, but I'm just trying to educate based on what I know and my own experience. So there are some devices that help to, they say, burn fat. So those can be used on the tummy to get rid of tummy fat, or then it now comes to liposuction. Liposuction is a procedure where they use some kind of heating elements to take out fat from a specific area. So you can have liposuction of your arms. That place we call Christian mother. Some people go get liposuction for that. You can do liposuction of your tummy. These are popular areas. Some people even do from their liposuction on their face and
neck.
Yeah, so
I believe.
Neck is a very sensitive area. Maybe under chin, but neck is one very sensitive area that most procedures don't even like to go because there's a lot of veins. Very dangerous area. So then there's liposuction, and there's full-on surgery. People, I went to do a facial one time, and my doctor, she's kind of a friend, so she was just telling me that there was a woman who came in to do a procedure in the hospital, and the woman refused to tell her that she had gotten a facelift. The woman did not, and this is her doctor, but the woman was hiding it from her that she had actually gotten a facelift. But unfortunately for the woman, she saw the scar. And being a doctor now, she was able to identify that, this scar can only be from when some. So she asked the woman, so you've gotten a facelift before, why didn't you mention it? And the woman said, that was 10 years ago. So that just made me realize that these things are unending. The aging process is not something you're going to slow down. You can only do temporary things, but the aging process is going to happen. And that day she gave me a little education on some of the things that happen when you start to, grow old. She said something about your chin starting to recede. So there are things that you can use all the chin fillers available and all, but we're still eventually going to grow old. So we always have to keep that in mind.
Can you just get it?
And embrace that.
Old, lady.
Yeah. We're going to grow old. Yeah. So then there's also surgeries. There's breast, what should you call them now?
Enlargement.
Breast enlargement or breast reduction. You have even vaginal treatments too.
Hey,
vaginal treatment, vaginal tightening, and all of that.
Jehovah,
then you have the BBL.
Okay. Sorry, architect, are you there? Parents, are
No.
you still here? Sorry, we lost you for a bit.
Oh, okay. So did you
Yeah.
hear when I was talking about the BBL?
No, that's what I want to hear.
Okay, so the BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. That's the one that a friend of mine said when you enter Lagos, it seems like everybody is related because all the women just have the same type of shape, you know. Um, that shape to me is ridiculous. It's unattractive. I don't know how they find it attractive. It looks too perfect, you know. There's
It
nothing that
looks
is perfect like that
flawless.
in nature. It looks too flawless. Do you get? There are very few people who are actually born that way. Very few. You know,
Hmm.
so it just looks ridiculous on a lot of people. But I mean, who am I to judge? Who am I to speak to anyone's decision over their
Desires.
body? Uh-huh. I mean, it's like live and let live. You know, that's one of my principles in life. But to me, I don't know. Just looking at it, it just
Okay,
looks
so explain the
ridiculous.
BBL. What happened during that procedure? Like, what is the procedure about the
I can
BBL?
only tell you what I know from my own little research or things I've read about it, but I'm not a
Okay.
doctor, so I can't say exactly what it is. But
Yeah.
the whole idea of that surgery is that fat is taken from some other part of the body. Could be from the tummy, from the arms, or wherever it is you feel you have excess weight. Most times it's from the tummy. That's why you see when people do those BBLs, they come out with looking almost like a flat tummy. So the fat is taken away from the tummy and it's pumped into the butt.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that? Are you
And you
serious?
know, that BBL is one of the most dangerous surgeries
Wow.
because there's something they call, is it embolism or something? The fat can actually go and destroy a nerve or something and it kills quickly. That BBL is a very dangerous. I just wonder, like, people will just think that the risk outweigh the
Yeah.
benefits. How can somebody even think that? It's
They.
so
Oh my
risky.
goodness.
It's so risky. Yes,
I
but
think the
it is what
boldness
it
just
is.
came up recently because before we would see 1 out of 100, ladies attempting it. But now it seems like, okay, this person did it. Oh, I can do it too. And I bet you many of these people are not checking the consequences. Many are not going into details. You see, this is why I want us to have the conversation so that you're making your decision and you're talking to your daughter with information. I didn't know because trust me, it's not an area of interest. So I didn't even know that they were taken from one place to put. It's still your body, so you're recycling the fat. I don't get it. I remember having a conversation with one lady at the gym, and she was telling me that her friend, married woman, went to do a BBL, and her husband came and said nope. Okay, so the problem was not even immediately she did it. The problem was after about a month, right? The fat started to disengage. And in biology, I remember doing that in biology. There's a shape called amoeba. When they say some animals have that shape, she started to look like an amoeba, shapeless. Somebody that was 1 month ago really curvy became a shape that is not in existence. And her husband, that marriage broke. The man said, pack out. I didn't ask you to do this. I didn't permit you to do this. And I do not appreciate this. She cried, begged, did everything. That was it. That was how that marriage broke. This thing happened in Lagos. So the lady was saying to me, because she was following an exercise routine, and she was just sharing, about how her friends were like, you have time, I don't have time for this, and she was sharing that experience. So Architect Lucy, I would like us to talk a bit more about the consequences. I know you've mentioned that in old age, but our girls cannot see old age, so they don't know that in old age they will become like amoebas, like they don't get it. What else could the I know you're not a doctor, someone's already asking for your handle. She's not a cosmetologist. So if you go to her handle, you will see beautiful furniture and nice pieces. I'm going to share it so you can go there and admire her furniture and patronize her work. But this is just something that is a passion for her. So tell us about a few of the consequences that you've read about, and has anybody come to actually share like their struggles, like what they discovered, happened to them after this, especially the surgery aspect? Has anybody shared? Are they sincere enough to actually share?
There are actually many groups on Facebook that were formed to talk about surgery regrets or Botox regrets or filler regrets. So there are
Really?
unending number of these communities, where people are suffering health conditions
Wow.
from procedures that they had done. Maybe the fillers did not agree with their chemistry, and they started
Mm.
having autoimmune diseases, started having other kind of reactions on their skin, or having a disfigured face or butt or whatever part there is. But the number one consequence actually is death.
Wow.
Number one consequence, if any of these things, especially the surgery, because a surgery is such a risk. Even
Mm.
a surgery for appendicitis can go wrong.
I know.
You know
Even from
a
CS.
surgery is a
Oh God.
surgery, and it comes along with everything else. Like, these people after the surgery, they need to take like 6 weeks to recover. It's a major surgery. So you just ask yourself, like, is it really worth it?
God.
No, is it really worth it? There are
Really
things
was.
that you can do. I don't want to jump ahead of the conversation, but there are things that you can do right now to make sure that you look your best. You are at your best, and you look the best that God has created you to be.
Yes, and I think we should go right into that because when we're having the conversation, myself and you, I was saying to you that so it's not enough to come and tell our girls, no, no, don't, like my mom would say. So what should they do? Because we all want to look beautiful. I want to look beautiful. I'm beautiful, but I want to just, look. If I hear that, oh, there is something I can, rub here, maybe to make hair look like an artificial high cheekbone. I would want to know about it. Or could there be other ways to divert the feeling of the, I mean, she was the one, I said, Lucy was the one that made me start a skin routine. That's why you can't see pimples or spots on this part of my face. I've had it since I was a child. But she came into my life and said, you know what? I'm going to stand on your neck until you get a routine. I remember the first set I bought, she said, no, it's at the wrong, but I was like, my money, yeah. It's not that it was really so expensive, but I know how I feel when I look at my face and I see that it's smooth. So are there other things that girls can do to, skincare? What else can they do to beautify themselves? Because I believe in beautification. I don't believe in modification. I believe that we should look beautiful because when you look beautiful, people, even when you're doing impact, my pastor, my spiritual mentor, she's so beautiful. She's very dark, but she's beautiful. You can see that she's taking care of herself. She looks good. She dresses well, she smells nice, and people want to listen to her. People want to do what she's saying. So, Lucy, if you can just tell us, architect, a few things that we can offer as a better and healthier alternative to our girls.
Okay, so before we go into that, I think that the number one thing that we need to do for our children is to help them become women of value, because a true woman of value understands priorities. A true woman of value understands the things that are important in life. We need to make our girls understand that they were brought to this life for a purpose. and they were brought to this life to solve problems, and that they themselves are answers to people's problems. We need to help our girls to be confident, because no matter what it is that they do with their skin routine, with their, with their health, their lifestyle, there'll always be something about them that they don't like. There'll always be one part of their body that they don't like. As women, as girls, especially when you even start, having children, your body starts to change, your breast starts to sag. These are things that we need to love and embrace. It's part of life. It's part of living. It's something that they need to be confident in, to embrace aging. Right? So even we are talking to us mothers now too.
Yes.
We need
Is it
to
aging?
embrace aging. It's going to happen. There's nothing we can do to stop it. We can do the best we can to look at our best at every time, at every stage of our lives. But there is nothing we can do to stop it. So a few weeks ago, when my daughter was on midterm break, she was like, "Mommy, I don't like my nose. Mommy, there's a bridge on my nose." I've never noticed this about her. Probably somebody said it to her in school.
Yes.
And she has
Yes.
just carried it on. "Mommy, there's a bridge on my nose. See, your own nose doesn't have it. Kamni's nose doesn't have it. Daddy's nose doesn't have it. Why does my own nose have it?"
Hey.
And I was like, you know what, Kelechi? There are so many things about myself, like, because she keeps saying, "Hey, mommy, you're pretty now." Me, I'm not pretty. Oh, please, I need to, I need to use lip gloss. I need to. I'm like, you're beautiful in your own way. You're beautiful. You cannot be like me. I cannot be like Naomi Campbell. But we are all beautiful in our own way, because this actually started because when she went to secondary school, everybody in her class was like, "Oh, your mother is so pretty. Your brother is so
They have
handsome.
started.
Your
Then,
baby sister is so cute. Where did you come from?
so
Even your
what
daddy
of
is so
you?
handsome.
They
Why are
said
you
that to
like
me.
this?" Yes.
Yes. I was that person.
Yeah. So they kept saying that to her, and I think it had a big impact on her. So I'm still working on her to reinforce the fact that she's beautiful. God created her the way He did for a purpose, and so it's an ongoing conversation, right? So at that point, when she came to me with the bridge on her nose, I told her, I said, "Kelechi, I didn't want to start just push her off and say, 'Oh, you're beautiful.'" I said, "You know what? There are parts of me that I don't like too." You see Auntie Amber, she has a very slim face. I want my face to be like that, but unfortunately, my face is chubbier. My face is chubbier than hers. But I just have to love it the way it is. See my tummy now. After having children, no matter how much I work out, this part of my tummy is still fat. People are always telling me that little Johnny is inside. There's no little Johnny. Little Johnny is the fat that mommy doesn't like. That's little Johnny. So I had to tell her this thing, and then she started laughing. And I said, "You think I don't want my tummy to be flat so I can be, posing like you and Kamne too?" But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. I just have to love it the way it is. So I feel like that was a moment where we really connected on that. We really connected on that particular subject. So it's something that we need to do. Discuss our own insecurities. Be open about it. Not just, "Oh, you're beautiful. I'm telling you, you're beautiful." You have insecurities. Discuss and share
It's
them
not
as well.
enough.
And then, yeah. So that's it. But then
Not
some
enough.
things that we can do and also help our daughters to do. So like Kelechi started experiencing puberty with all the signs like acne, especially on her face, and all that, blackheads. Some things we can do is just get a very light facial scrub, which is what I did for her, and it's really helping her. Black soap is also really good for
Black
acne, for
soap.
adolescents acne. Yes. So we can just help them to not just brush it off, because acne is actually one of the things that make girls feel very, very conscious of themselves.
Yes.
There are a lot of face washes that we can help them get to just take care of the acne. But then as we age, it's something that we need to also imbibe in them. Like, I use sunscreen every day. I use sunscreen, and my children see me using this, and I tell them why I'm using it. I don't give them, sometimes I give them a tiny piece, but I tell them that I'm doing this so that my skin will be protected from the sun. you know. So sunscreen is a very big one. Something you can do is something that is in your control. Like you already spoke about having a routine. There's so many ingredients that help you to maintain your youthful, glow.
Yeah.
Sunscreen is a very big one, because no matter what you do with your, I've told you this so many times, no matter what you do with your routine, if you don't use sunscreen, everything that you've
Yeah.
done is almost like you just threw it in the bin,
Yeah.
So the vitamin C's and niacinamides, the acids,
Moisturizers.
moisturizers, the essences. There's so many, there's so many
Yeah.
skin things out there that you can do. Another big one is water and diet. You don't know the effects of a bad diet on your skin and your general outlook, but it's actually a lot. You can look and feel better. Our children can also look and feel better if they keep away from sugary things, sugary drinks, sweets, candies, unhealthy stuff generally. I don't need to list all of them out. We all know those foods are unhealthy, and just start trying to cultivate that healthy eating. Now, healthy eating doesn't mean you have to eat a salad every day, right? I was telling you about my mother-in-law. Of all the grandparents, so fortunately for my children, they have all their 4 grandparents alive. The only grandparent that doesn't have any health concerns is my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law is a pharmacist. And since I've known her, she is so particular about what she eats. So my mother-in-law in the morning, she doesn't eat in the morning. So she'll have her first meal maybe around 1, 12, 1, right? At that time, she'll eat her eba. She'll eat her eba, big bowl of eba like this with a big bowl of soup. In the evening, she'll eat her rice, her beans, or whatever it is. But you see all these biscuits, nibbling, meat pies, cakes,
Chin chin. Oh
sweets.
God.
In
Plantain
fact,
chip.
when my mother-in-law sees fizzy drinks in the fridge, it gets her so offended. So you people are still drinking this poison. She calls it poison. Why? She looks at it like poison, And we're just having a conversation today. And she was telling me that, one of the best things for her is at this age, she's not swallowing drugs. My father-in-law
Wow.
has a bag of drugs that he takes every day. My father has a bag of drugs that he takes every day. My mother has a bag of drugs. And, it just inspired me once again that I don't think I want to be in my old age. And, when you're old, there's already so many things you don't like. Then somebody will not come
Yes.
and tell you. A doctor, let me not say somebody. A doctor will not come and tell you, you cannot eat pepper. You cannot eat salt. You cannot
Terrible.
eat oil. What is giving you joy at that age? You cannot eat yam. You cannot eat carbs. You must only eat pepper soup for the rest of your life with no pepper. So let me just say meat stock. You can only drink meat stock for the rest of your life with rice or some kind of very restrictive diet. So, why not try to start now, to start early, to prevent all of these diseases, cancers of all types, diabetes, all kinds of conditions,
All of them.
that
My
come
God.
as heart conditions, heart diseases that come as a result of a poor diet and a poor lifestyle choices. No exercising, no walking, no. You know what I just told myself recently? And your children, when they see you modeling, remember what I said in the beginning about modeling these behaviors. You don't need to preach too much to them. They see you living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
They would just pick it up. They pick it up. Taking a walk every day. After 40, lifting weights, going to the gym, prioritizing your mental health. These things are very
Mental
important.
health.
Very important for us to. Very important for us to consider.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I really love the way you have taken the conversation with the balance. We don't need to just focus on, these material things, these substances. And like you said, Something like exercise. When you start talking to it, talking about it to young girls, they feel like, where are you coming from? Please leave me. I've not had a baby. I've not, I mean, it's not that deep. But look at the effect it has on their look. You want to look beautiful. The shape you want, you can get it through exercise. You can get it through the things that you're eating. And there is
Absolutely.
just
Absolutely.
there is just something about how you feel when you do exercise. It actually lifts up your mood. You feel good. You're not irritable. All this, my daughter is always angry. My daughter, let her start walking with you. Let her start cycling. Yes, yes, let her start. This is why we're struggling with some of the girls, even the girls I mentor. I noticed that it's easier for me to get the younger girls, 6 to 8 years in the girls of, 10 to 14. It's easier for me to get them to do stuff than the girls that are 18 and 20, because it looks like we started late. If your girls are not in the girls hub, and next year the girls hub is going to come up with a lot of very fun activities. I remember this year when we talked about skincare routine. That week, come and see the energy in the girls hub. All the girls were, so excited to talk about it. Girls like girly things, and beauty is the girly thing. Skincare is the girly thing. So please, let's get these girls so that they are hearing, about these things early, and it's not a struggle for them. You don't want to be a grandma who is dealing with issues like your daughter's BBL gone bad. You don't want to be a grandma that is nursing her daughter because of the effect of one surgery or the other. So please get them to come into this community, this vibrant community, this loving community, and this valuable community of girls in the girls hub. Okay, so it's time for us to go. I've not seen any question in the comments, but Architect Lucy, any last words? Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, you are not doing well. You need to subscribe right this minute, and then get other friends, family, anyone that is parenting a girl, anybody that is parenting children, especially girls, anyone that is a young girl herself. Let her follow so that she can learn. Architect, any last words? And then I'm going to tell you guys something about Architect before she leaves. I tried to save it for the last, but I'll share it if you stay to the end. Architect, are you there? Can you
Yes,
hear
I'm
me?
here. I'm here. I can hear
Okay.
you. So I was just going to say in closing that I don't know the parents in the listening to this or who would listen to this in the future. Whatever your faith is, or if you have a belief system or not, but I want to speak to those who do. You have you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus, you believe in the word of God, and that is your lifestyle. I just want to encourage us that parenting is one of the most difficult things you're going to have to do, and it's one of the things that's going to have the biggest impact on your life as well as your children's lives. So I just want to encourage us to invest the time that is required in these children. If you see a girl, right, whose parents are invested in her, she's different. She's different because girls love attention. They love attention. They love to be, seen and heard and, affirmed. So take that time out to spend time with your daughters, spend quality time with your daughters, go everywhere with them, have conversations with them. Let them feel free to talk to you about almost anything. That's number one. Number two, remember what I said. Start from now to help them direct their focus on the fact that everything in this world is going to stay here. Earthly things are remaining here. We're all going to die one day. We're all going to have to answer to our maker. We're all going to give account of the value of the gifts, of the money that he put in our hands. You know, there are some things that when you indoctrinate a child on, all other things just, align or take a back seat because the child already knows why they are here. So please have conversations with your children about the mission field. Have conversations with your children about the poor, helping the poor. You spend your time being invested in orphanages, helping the poor, giving back to your community, giving back to your parents, and let them be aware of all these things. And don't do them in secret. Carry your children along. Because when they have a bigger picture of what this world is about, some of these little things will be a no-brainer. And it will help them to make the right decisions when the time is right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, architect. So I have learned so much. And, I always say to the mothers of the girls in the girls' hall that attention is the air that your daughter breathes. Don't even think that they are going to get to a point where they feel like they don't need your attention. No, even the older ones, they are going to be seeking your time. They're going to be seeking your notice. They want you to, spend that time, have this conversation. I'm not saying lecture your daughters, though. We are saying, listen to our choice of words. Have conversations, beauty conversations, value conversations, future conversations, visions. Everything should trickle down. It must not be in a family meeting before you have this conversation. While you drive, while you speak, while you cook, while you clean, while you dress up, seize the opportunities and emphasize these values. So it's not like these things are wrong, because if you come from a judgmental point, your daughters will drag. They will drag. But if you come from the better picture, from the bigger picture, how about this? How about that? What do you think about this? They are going to be likely more liable to agree with you and accept what you are saying. So this is where we're going to come to that agreement that let's all go back and have beauty conversations with our daughters. Somewhere in your mind, the aim of that conversation is to push the value, push the light on what is more important. Jesus would say, this person has chosen the better thing. So that means there are always options. There's an option to, trade your body, adjust your body, spend so much on your body, on the things you carry. You hear a girl say, I cannot use that bag. It is not original. How much is she earning? What does she know about money and how much these things cost? But it comes from what she's hearing. When we ourselves are saying, no, I can't carry that bag, it's too cheap, it's too low. You're putting value. I can't listen to that coach. What does she wear? Does she wear designers? The daughter has picked it. Tomorrow she will have the same mindset and the same value system. It will be about things. That's why I always talk about brain over beauty, over body. Both are good, all are good, but you see that emphasis. Let's emphasize the value. What are you bringing to the table? Thank you so much, everyone. We have more of this for you at the Girls Hub. I need every one of you to get down that number right now and begin to do your registrations. Start with booking the slots and then get on to whatever it is you need. Wherever you live, you are welcome to the Girls Hall. We have our girls scattered all around the world: Canada, US, UK, Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, all the cities. We have one girl at least hanging around there or close to that city. So you want to join us. And of course, this weekend, we're having the emotions intelligence class. It's It's an emotions mastery class for teenagers. This is for both girls and boys. So if you have sons, they are welcome to this class. The emotions is core. It is key in this conversation. All right, everyone, you can still register for that same number. That's our admin number. It's time for us to go. Yes, I said I was going to tell you people something about Architect Lucy. Architect Lucy is my immediate younger sister. Yes, tada! I know you didn't know, because we don't look alike. Well, we never used to look alike at all. You see the way her daughter was softly dragging her, looking so beautiful. When we're growing up, I used to just feel like, why are my sisters so beautiful? Architect Lucy is such a beautiful girl. She hardly uses makeup. I was the one that used to insist on using makeup when we were young. She would just do pa pa pa, wipe pa pa, and then she would now smile one beautiful smile. You know, but so people used to always tell me things like they're telling Kelechi, and I now know how to get a coping mechanism. And I used to tell them that I was the one that washed the tummy of my mom. So, you know, I was the firstborn. I had to come and clean my mommy's tummy so that all my younger sisters would look so beautiful. There was something that made that, I mean, I and actually Lucy are friends. Like, I call her my friend, not just my sister. Like, we are friends. Proper. We have ticked all the boxes of friendship. Yes, it's about shouting what? Exactly. She's like my immediate, and we didn't used to throw it around, because in as much as I was always trying to say, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful, she kept saying to me, like, you're so friendly, your social skills are so good. She kept always pointing to me all the other strengths I had except beauty. She was the one that made me know I was going to be an excellent coach, mentor. She was the one that made me know that, oh, I did well, you know, handling being a bookpreneur. All the strengths I have ever displayed, incidentally, Architect Lucy was the one that pointed it out to me. So while I'm there saying, oh, you're so beautiful, she's there saying, oh, so you can talk to anybody, anywhere, anyhow. She's the one that says, I don't need to look for friends. Etima just goes out there, gets friends, and hands them over to me, and I have the friends. So this she's not lying when she's saying to you that you should emphasize values. Our conversations are always so rich, so deep. We talk about skin once in a blue moon, but yet we talk every day. So imagine what we're talking about. We're talking about all sorts of values. We're talking about today we had a conversation about the fruit of the spirit. This morning, we had a very deep 10-minute conversation about the fruit of the spirit. That's how spiritual we are. I became born again first in my house, and she too now became, she's just been a good younger sister, not dragging me, just following and following well. So thank you, my darling sister. I appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you for all the value that you bring to my life, all the value that you bring to the Girls Hub. She's one of our consultants at the Girls Hub. Yes. So if you see any amazing thing happening in the Girls Hub, she's part of the team, part of the brain behind it. She's part of the people that are saying, look, girls want this, girls should do this, girls, you know. So thank you so much. I state in front of the whole world that I celebrate, I love, and I appreciate you for all the work that you are doing. And yes, all the parents are here in the comment section celebrating you. Thank you, Mrs. Uba. Thank you, Lola Remy. Thank you, Auntie JK. Auntie JK is also our sister. She's our big sister that, you know, just encourages us all the time. Thank you, Mrs. Obianuju Shope. I see you. Thank you, Dr. Happiness. God bless you. And yes, Ashek Lucy, they're telling you that you have an amazing, good elder sister. So yes, that flower is for me. I take it. Thank you so much, sis. And we hope we can call you to have these conversations with us every now and then. This was really amazing. It wasn't a class, it was just like a conversation for mommies only. I'm going to drag my husband to listen to this conversation. And I hope that all the daddies actually get to listen, because sometimes the girls want to hear it, hear you, tell them that what you really admire in a woman is not just her looks, but her brain, her value. They want to hear it from a man. So encourage your husband to come and watch this session. And don't forget to subscribe. Architect, somebody is saying, I love her voice so much. Okay, Architect, your handle. Please remind me of your handle. I know you shut down one of your Instagram pages, but what's the current one? Nobis. Should we use Nobis? Can you say so that I can? Which one should we follow? There's Lucy Agunobi on Facebook. There's Lucy Agunobi on
Yes,
Facebook.
there's Lucy are going to be on Instagram as well. Although my
Okay.
page is private, but if I see any parents knocking, I will let them in.
Let them in. Thank you for letting us in, please. Allow us come in. We want to see valuable stuff. Aside BBL, please. Anything but BBL. Okay, on Instagram, I'm typing it now. On Instagram and Facebook. And please, if you have need of beautiful spaces, furniture, you want to visit Architect Lucy's company. She co-runs the company with her husband, TRT Aredo. Their furniture are heavenly. Yesterday, her husband was saying to me, Mrs. Ume, I found the secret of having an enduring, long-lasting kitchen. He was saying it like he had just found the secret to going to heaven. And I'm like, what manner of passion is this? He was so excited. Like, we're going to do a kitchen for you, and your kitchen will last for years. So you want to visit their page. Check TRTR Radio as well on Instagram. All right, parents, thank you so much. I appreciate you for hanging out with me this evening. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Architect. God bless you, and say hello to Kelechi, Kobe, and Kamne.
Thank
All right,
you.
everyone. Bye.